Hello there, comic book friends. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and it was a light week with 5 comics, only a $16 week. Well, first I have to complain about the comic that's not here. Mind Management issue number 36. The last issue of Mind Management. One of my favorite comics of the last 3 years, and for some reason Dark Horse and Matt Kindt decided to take the last issue and make it the first issue of a one-shot with a different name. So the last issue of Mind Management is called New Management, number 1, which of course means it wasn't on my pull list. And I was looking to put it on my pull list, but I never saw it on the order form. Possibly because I thought it was going to be issue 37. But either way, I had to reorder it at the shop today. They had to put in a back order for me. And I'm just like, how crazy is that? What made them take the last issue of a series and put it out under a completely new name? This is this is up there with Warren Ellis killing off all of Stormwatch way back when in a Wildcats Aliens crossover one-shot comic. Boy, no one could find that for years. But anyway, issue 6 of Ragnarok is out. I think I heard something about the first hardcover edition of this being out today too. I didn't get that. Walt Simonson telling us the story of his Thor. Ragnarok has happened. Twilight of the Gods. Everybody's dead. Except somehow skull-faced Thor here survived for thousands of years. And now he's out walking in a world full of dark elves and magic users and all sorts of things, trying to figure out what happened and where his friends went and if he can get his friends back. Let's see, that's probably, looking at this, there's Thor. That's probably Odin. And, I don't know, with that haircut, maybe Balder. And maybe, what's that guy's name at the Rainbow Bridge? Heimdall? Could be. Those are just guesses for their skulls and headgear. But anyway, Ragnarok is a good series. Excellent writing, artwork, lettering, coloring from top to bottom. Enjoying this one. Looking forward to issue 6. And next comes Rasputin issue 8. I like that cover, him all tied up. I'm really not sure where they're going with this now. The first story arc kind of stuck to the historical Rasputin, but with fantastical elements, some nice art. This second story arc started him getting thrown into the water. That's historical Rasputin right there. The second story arc started with Rasputin, who supposedly died in, 1915 or whenever, alive in present day and being involved in present day events. So then it flashed back to historical Rasputin dying. So I find that, like I said, I was enjoying historical Rasputin, but I kind of knew the story, so there were no real surprises besides the supernatural stuff in. But now we got real surprises. Now I have no idea where they're going with this crazy story, bringing him into the present and involving him in other historical events like the Kennedy assassination. Looking forward to this issue. And Rumble is back with issue 6 after a hiatus of a couple months like these Image books do. And we finally know who this... Man, I've forgotten what the lead character's name is. Rumble there. We finally know what he is. Some ancient warrior demon who was trapped for many, many years and now is trapped in his scarecrow form. And he's looking for his old body back. And though the war is over and there's been a peace treaty for thousands and thousands of years and no one even knows these mythical creatures exist anymore because a lot of them moved off Earth or went to some other plane. Some are still around hiding, not bothering anyone. They're all afraid that this guy here, the lead character, who's the monster hunter, is going to hunt them all down and kill them if he gets his old body back, or if he doesn't get his old body back, sort of thing. I think that's his old body, but his soul is missing. I forget how it went. But, interesting story. I really like the artwork a lot. Who's the artist? James Harren, John Arcudi. I used to read a lot of John Arcudi's stuff in Dark Horse Presents in the 80s and 90s. Dave Stewart on the colors. I know him from many things. But excellent book, Rumble. Give it a try. And now we've got Thief of Thieves, number 30. Uh-oh, looks like he's caught by the law. He's, once again, the thief who's trying to retire. Whoops, I don't want to spoil that too much. The last issue ended with a cliffhanger, as you can see from the woman being choked in that one, a woman in danger in prison because she tried to imitate Redmond, our Thief of Thieves, or should I say impersonate Redmond, Thief of Thieves. So the cops nabbed her when they had a trap set for him, and they want to use her to get to him. Meanwhile, someone's trying to kill her in prison, and Redmond wants to take care of her himself, even though it means coming back out and being a thief again. But anyway, it's a caper book. He gets into, he has to steal things in order to stay alive. He's your Cary Grant type thief, only not quite as rated G. I like it. 30 issues later and I'm still buying it, so I must like it. And finally, we have East of West number 20. The war has started. The beast, number 666, is out of his lair. The four horsemen around, and the world is supposed to end. That's the legendary beast who's going to end the world, by the way. But he's just a child right now, and he lives in this virtual reality environment with this guy, with this thing he calls Balloon, who's a computer who guides him, who was supposed to teach him to be evil, but then a couple issues ago decided the kid should have free will and decide himself if he wants to be evil and end the world. Meanwhile, all the factions in the alternate United States are going to war. Another one of these stupid pages. After this, I'm going to show you Velvet and complain about these stupid big logo pages. My goodness. But anyway, East of West is a political thriller with some adventure thrown in, and really good series. I enjoyed it thoroughly. All right, here, that East of West just gave me the idea. Here's why I want to complain about these pointless, stupid. I'd rather have ads in the back than these pointless, stupid pages here. Especially when, look what Velvet does with its. Instead of having pointless, stupid, giant type page, bam, Velvet gives this absolutely beautiful black and white painting. I mean, this has nothing to do with the story. It's just a title page, but holy cow, you can stare at that because it's so well done. It goes from, the story-wise, it works very well too. It goes from her beating up this guy, we get the dramatic entrance shot of Velvet, and then you get the credit, the title shot. I mean, holy cow, that's nicely done. Compare that to Blank. I mean, whose idea was this? Whose idea was that anything? Put a piece of clip art back there. I mean, anything. I'll leave you with that rather than those, just because, holy, that is just such a nice little painting right there that they gave us just for the title page rather than white. And now I'll give you a look at these two prints that I have back here with a brain theme. This is Unchain Your Brain, which is kind of I kind of used this format of Unchain Your Brain with just a bunch of, I was doing just a bunch of sort of strange images to kind of loosen up my brain. And I did maybe 6 of these, all called Unchain Your Brain, all with this format and logo. And I could, basically put lots of texture in these. There's weird texture to that white. But that was just kind of something I did a few years ago. I don't know, just kind of loosen up my head a little. 2011, that's our date on that. And this is Keep Your Brain Liquid from 2012. This is a one-off. Sometimes lots of purples, enjoy using type and shaping it to whatever form. I actually made a shirt out of this once. It just wore out, I think. With just a inkjet printer and some inkjet iron-on stuff, you can make shirts out of things. Well, if you have the graphics to do it. But anyway, there you go. Unchain your brain and keep your brain liquid. I don't know if those two go together, because if your brain's liquid, you can't have chains on it anyway. But you guys have a good week out there.